So in this video, I wanted to show how ChatGPT is not any better than like a high school physics student at some like basic problems. This problem is a bit tricky. I'd say that most students would struggle with this at first, but by the end of the units where you're introducing friction, they should be able to do a problem like this. So ChatGPT did this incorrectly the first time I gave it, but I was able to correct the mistake once I prompted it to. I'll give the link to this chat when we're done, but it really struggled with at the end trying to figure out the two forces between these two objects. So I asked it to find that, and it gave a number that just did not make sense until I prompted it to actually think about it. That these two boxes are going to experience some static force as well as a contact force. Now I was thinking the static force was the only force acting on the second object. Um, if you are familiar with some physics problems here, this is what it looks like when I did the problem. I actually have a whole video going through this particular problem, but without a force diagram on here, you're going to kind of mess this up because object 2 right here definitely has two forces acting on it, and that might be something not apparent if you're not doing force diagrams. If you're just a language model, just looking at the numbers and trying to do patterns that sound correct. I also confirmed this by looking at object 1 as well as object 2. I did make a small mistake the first time I did this problem. I plugged in the wrong number here. But that mistake is a much more understandable mistake than just incorrectly identifying what forces were on an object or not. Um, like that kind of mistake is going to be a lot less of an issue for me as a teacher than a mistake where you're just like messing up the forces and saying that the only force is this force friction, which is the force between the two, which conceptually just doesn't even make sense. That would be a much bigger conversation that I would have with a student if they were making that kind of mistake, as opposed to just like moving the decimal place over in one of your calculations. So ChatGPT, amazing at a lot of things. It is not smarter than a grad student. It is not there for like this type of level problem. This is something that I would expect a college student to be able to do fairly easily and a high school student to be able to do by the end of the unit where you're introducing friction.